I'm Jenny.
And I'm Honey, and we're part of the team who create Colouring Heaven.
For this video, in honour of Mermaid, Honey and I are going to look at how to add a gorgeous glittery shimmer to a mermaid's tail using different materials and techniques.
The results are beautiful, and if you want to colour along with this video, you can find the design in the Colouring Heaven Mermaids Special, and we've put a link in the description so that you can get your own copy and follow along.
Embellishing your colouring is fun, and what better opportunity to add a bit of glitter than Mermaid? You can create a shiny look for your mermaid's tail using just your colouring pencils, but by adding some glittery embellishments, you can really make it shine. Of course, these materials and techniques can be used for all sorts of things.
I love a bit of sparkle, so I can't wait to see how to add some to my colouring. Let's have a play!
So I've done some colouring here using a pink and a blue to create a 3D shimmery effect as much as you can with colouring pencils, and obviously we want to give that a real shimmer and some glittery effects with some products that we're going to apply. We're going to start off looking at just glitter and glue.
Yes, and we've got this big set from Arteza,
which is very exciting.
So many different colours of glitter. There's even a glow-in-the-dark glitter,
yeah,
which sounds fun.
So I've picked out these three colours here, which go nicely with the design of the colouring that we've already gone with. And we've got a Quickie Glue pen here. So this can give a really fine application of glue. If you look on here, it's got a slight colour to it. I'll just do a bit here. It's got a blue colour, which you can see there.
Yeah, it's really useful because then at least you know where
you can see where you've
put the glue.
Applied it then, and that will obviously fades to nothing. And then all you do is put a tiny bit of glitter on, shake it around. And there you go, ta-da! You have a very fine...
That's so good.
Line of glittery.
It'd be really hard to do that with just normal PVA and a brush.
I mean, obviously the other option when you're using glitter is normal PVA and a brush and just apply it with a brush, but...
I bet that'll look really... This pen will look really good on the...
Yeah, you can get the actual shapes of the scales, so we thought we'd give that one a try.
Yeah.
Let's crack on. So being that we've got these three colours here, I'm going to apply a pink over the pink and a blue over the blue and the clear over the highlights that I've left with the colouring.
I think I might try sort of doing a bit of a gradient and see.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. Switch things up on the way I apply it. Do a bit of sort of highlight and then add a bit of solid colour.
So I'm tracing over the scales that Christine has already drawn on the design. Just do those few. Oh, exciting! Wow, that gives a real glittery effect.
Yeah.
Let's see if I move the paper around. In fact, it might be worth just getting a dry brush and brushing off a bit of the excess when it's dry.
That'd be helpful. Right, I'm going to start doing a gradient kind of effect now, I think.
I'm going to do some pink over here.
It is useful with it being blue.
It is, isn't it? It's like that wall paint you can get now that's got the colour in it, isn't it? Instead of just plain white, so you can see where you've painted.
Yeah? Oh, I've not seen that. Right,
I'm going to go for some white. I'm going to go for some pink.
Ooh, it's got a bit of a holographic shimmer on it. This one? Against the light.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. It looks like crystal.
There you go. So this effect that I've been doing here, you can really pull out the scales. And it looks a bit dark here, but when you catch the light with it, oh, there you go. You can really see the glittery effect. I'll just do a bit more over here in the white area.
I'm going to pull some pink in now. I think I'm going to pull it through into the blue a little bit.
Grab that one.
Heavy-handed on the glitter there.
Now that you can see the glue still, so that's got to dry before you can get the real effect of that.
There we go.
Oh wow, yeah. So that's different.
You can really see the pink. Much. It sort of stands out. I tried a few different styles of applying it. Some sort of solid sections and then pulling out individual scales as well.
Very nice.
I think this lighter one works quite nicely to just add a subtle shimmer if you wanted to just enhance what was already there rather than sort of creating new shapes. I think that lighter glitter works nicely.
Yeah, especially if you just want to, I mean, I've already tried to create that with the colouring, so you could, instead of pulling out individual scales, you could just colour the whole area that's in highlight. Maybe do some dots around so that it graduates out a bit.
I think with the pen glue as well, it's putting it on a much more specific area, whereas if you were using a wash of PVA, you could, I think, create more of a subtle glittered look, if that's what you were wanting to do, rather than creating this detail.
See, I like that, when you're not quite so
precise about it.
Yeah. It's just got more of a general shimmer then, hasn't it? But there's lots of different ways you can apply, as you can see.
Yeah, I think it depends on the look you want to get, doesn't it? And the design, if you're colouring a design that doesn't particularly have scales drawn in, it might be nice to add that detail in, whereas Christine's already drawn the scales in.
Yeah.
So you do have that detail, and see, done a shimmer over the top as well.
Yeah.
On the bend.
That's where we can see the shimmer, can't we?
Very nice.
Lovely. Okay, so that's glitter and glue.
What we're doing next? The little stickles?
Yeah, so you've then got glitter glue, which has the glue already with it. And these are Stickles. I'll show you here. And these have a really good, really fine point. You can see there. So you could, again, you can apply with real precision.
I'm going to go in with the clear one.
Yeah.
Pull that.
And again, this comes in all different colours, the same as the other glitter does. I went with a blue though, because I knew that I was doing that on the design. So again, with this one, you can apply it with quite precise markings. It does, as it's glue in it, as the glue dries, it does tend to spread a little bit, so it doesn't end up quite as precise as when you first apply it. Put that to one side.
I like this. I'm stringing it out in a line on the tail. Let me put a few more down and I'll show you it up close. That really accentuates the sort of flow of her, the bottom of her tail. I can squeeze enough out.
Let's have a look at that one.
Oh yeah, I
look
like
at that. That looks amazing. Woo!
That's
my
really
favourite
nice.
so far. I like that. So yeah, again, that comes in all different colours and all different brands.
I like that this one's got the fine tip, because it does let you do the easier detail.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. So then we can move on to another one. So this is, again, it's a bit like the glitter glue really, just in a slightly different applicator, I guess. This is called Sparkle Texture Paste.
Cosmic Shimmer.
By Cosmic Shimmer, yeah. And I've got the, what colour do they call this? Oh, it's just called Sparkle Texture. No, look!
It's like meringue test.
Yeah. No, it's actually quite solid in there, and when you press it, look, you can see at the top sponging.
Oh, it's kind of like a jelly.
So it is, yeah, it is like a bit like a jelly. You move that round.
Here, let me. dig in.
Show you how it comes out. So I guess you can build this one up and add some texture to it because it's a paste. You can spread it out or leave it with a bit of texture like we did with the...
yeah, it's quite nice for a bit of a wash, isn't it? Spreading that out over the tail. Gonna try.
Put some over the colour as well.
Build in some texture.
Oh, look at that.
It does smell, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
It is quite smelly. I guess that's the base of it. It smells. One thing I didn't grab actually is the spatula, which you can use for applying this. There we go. And again, this is how you can really build the texture and keep the texture.
This is looking quite cool. I'm just sort of blobbing it on, and it's like creating sort of a scaly texture in itself. I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera, but it builds the... Yeah, it's not really picking up, but in person, it creates that sort of...
that texture, isn't it? That
bumpy,
we were saying,
scaly texture.
And I guess if you use the spatula like this,
oh yeah,
you can press it on and keep the lumps and just...
I guess the only thing to consider with that is it would take longer to dry. Then,
yeah.
So you would need to be able to leave it.
But that's quite fun to use.
Yeah, it's quite nice over the darker colours. It kind of makes it stand out more.
I'm just going to whack it on everything. See how it looks. You can see the texture more. I
feel like that's how it goes with glitter though. You sort of intend to add a small little extra detail and then by the time you're done the entire thing's covered in glitter.
Glittertastic.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm quite liking that. It's super, super glittery.
Quite like that it's thicker as well. You've got a bit more control over where you put it.
Yeah.
It doesn't just spread around everywhere. You can keep it.
One thing to mention about all of these ones we've looked at so far is the glitter is actually really fine, and I think for colouring that seems to be, well, certainly the look that I would like.
Well, I guess it complements your colouring more, whereas if you're going to add
it's a complement
chunkier glitter, that's going to add a style of itself. You're going to notice it more, so you could do some cool effects with that, but if you wanted to just add a finesse and a highlight to your existing colouring without losing detail, fine glitter I think would be the way to go. I've definitely gotten carried away with this one.
I know, I have as well.
My whole thing, if I show you, just glitter everywhere.
It's glitter everywhere. It looks great though. I love these kind of clear to holographic
because you can still see the colouring below.
Exactly.
And then when it catches the light, it's
yeah. Okay, so talking about size of glitter, we've gone from one extreme to the other really with this one. So this is actually by Stampendous and it's shaved ice. And this is little chopped up pieces of holographic film by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it'd be really nice for creating a scaly look.
Yeah, so let's give that one a try. Got a new sheet here.
Let's put the lid on. Oh, that's not the lid.
That's not the lid. Where's the lid? Yeah, because that's quite smelly, that one, isn't
it?
Stinky. So, let's use our glue.
Yes.
And try some highlighty shapes.
Imagine you'd need sort of a good size of dot for this one to hold it down.
A bit more generous than I was with the others. And then this, let's try moving it. So I guess you can just shake it on. Whoa.
That really is glittertastic.
Whoops. And I'll pour that back in the pot because there's rather a lot there. Wow. Yeah, that really does give a completely different effect to the fine glitter.
Well, you really get texture on that, don't you?
Yeah. That would be brilliant for icicles and stuff like that, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Or snow.
Yeah, with snow.
Add a bit of a
So nice for a mermaid, but I think that would be best suited to a snow,
In that
icy.
applied in that way.
Yes.
I think it would be best for snow, yeah. Let's see if we can dab
Oh yeah, you're doing
individuals.
So I'll look at that one. Yeah, they look more like scales when you do that. I've got the other. Maybe even tweezers might be helpful
Yeah, I think so.
for doing individual bits, individual scales.
There we
Should we have a
go.
look at that one under there? So that's adding individual scales as you like in this one.
Yeah. I think it depends how uniform you want it to look, because these
Yeah.
are all quite random.
They are very different sizes and shapes.
But I think it adds a nice bit of texture.
It does. I'm excited to use that for some snow.
Oh, this could be nice if you had a design with waves. At the crashing of the wave, it would add nice texture
That
where
would
the
work.
water's quite frothy.
Yeah, that would work nicely on a background, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And again, just bringing in, or you know, you can mix all of these things together if you're lucky enough to have all of the different things, like we've got here. I might just wade on in there and start doing some other things with this.
Combining.
Yeah.
I might join you. I'm
I do quite like this, doing individual scales. I hope it doesn't
gonna go in and try one of these
lob enough.
that we've got.
Oh gosh, we haven't looked at
Noir
those.
Sparkles. I know, I'm excited about these. So I'm going to combine it on the same page. But so these are the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pens. This is in shade Moonstone, so it's like a blue colour. And it's, I think, sort of full of the liquid pigment down here. And then it's kind of got a, let me see, I'll show you over on the close-up one. It's kind of got a
brush.
flexible flexible brush point. So you just squeeze through the pigment on this bit and it comes through onto the brush. I'm just going to sweep it on and see how that looks.
I'm going to copy your lines that you did on the tail because that looks brilliant.
Nice. Yeah, it'd be nice to see how it looks with the colour. Oh, so this one's packing a lot more colour down, as you'd imagine. It's in a stone, so in a shade, the colour. So it's definitely not a highlight on top of your existing colouring. It sort of complements. You'd have to think about the colour application.
Yeah. That brush point gives a really nice flow to it there. It feels quite fluid, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I guess you could sort of keep it to the darker shades of your colouring, so it's not massively adding a lot.
I'm going to try one of those here. So this is the pink colour. Can't get the lid off. It's pulling at the wrong bit. Yeah, like you say, it has got a real colour to it. So you need to think about where you're putting it.
So you can really see where I've gone over lighter bits of the colouring. You can really see where I've added the pigment, but then where I've gone over here on the darker colour, you can't see so much, and I think once it's dried it'd be more subtle.
Let's see if we can get... Yeah, it's more of a lustre, isn't it, than a glitter.
Maybe when it dries you'll see the shine, the shimmer more, because right now you're just seeing the shine of the wet. So we can come back to, on the tail you can kind of start to see the shimmer. If you...
Oh yes.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that, wow. Again, very, very fine, glittery effect that. Yeah, you can really see, it's really subtle.
But you can see it really adds colour down. So it does change the way your colouring looks if you use it in that way over a lighter bit. But we'll show you it close up again once it's dried and we can compare how that looks.
Yeah, I mean, look what it does to your colouring. It is a colouring medium in itself, isn't it? It's not just an embellishment.
I'm going to go in with rose quartz over some pink bits as well now. I like the brush point though, because you can go down to a really fine detail. I think you just have to consider that it's putting down quite a wet pigment, so it will bleed and move a little bit, especially depending on what paper you're colouring on. If you're on a more absorbent paper. I think it'll move more.
Yeah, I've just gone completely glitter crazy now.
I think it's the only way to go.
Subtle went out the window with this one.
These are nice if you do want to deepen the shades at some of your bits of colouring though.
Well, like I say, it is a colouring medium in itself rather than just a glitter application, isn't it? You can be subtle about it. I mean, if you, like I've done on the tail here, you can really spread it out so it gets quite sparse as it goes up, and then more glittery in certain areas. So that's everything but the kitchen sink on there.
Yeah, and if I show it on the side, you can see it's not.
Yeah, let's see if we can.
It's a bit transparent.
Okay, so this is nearly dry now, and you can really see.
Yeah, I think with it,
The subtle.
if you were colouring with it, you could really like build some layers up on that and almost create like a watercolour effect.
That's lovely. Really
It is
subtle.
a gorgeous shimmer.
But again, a real colouring effect in itself because you've got the colour with it.
And you can let's see if you can see it a bit more on the tail. God, I can't. You can get that
Here,
shimmer.
you're talking.
We've got here on the tail where it's on the darker colour.
Yeah, on the blue. Just see it on here.
God, it is a bit
very
of a
subtle.
glitter explosion on that tail though, isn't it?
So another one, talking of actually applying the colour, are Jelly Roll metallic fine liners.
Good old
Obviously
gel
other
pen.
makes, there are lots of makes, but I find the Jelly Roll have really packed the glitter into these metallic ones.
Grab one too.
I'm just going to add to my glitter explosion on here.
Yeah,
I think.
I've just switched back to another one that's got slightly less of a glitter explosion on it, and then we can add to
Maybe
that.
I'll try this on a different one then. Yeah, I'd only done a really subtle effect on that, so we can try it on here. So some people actually just do the whole colouring in these, and that's fine. I quite like to just add them as an embellishment. So that's what I'm going to do here.
This again does add, like you said, because it is a colouring medium, does add more sort of pigment and colour down. You notice it more,
Exactly, yeah.
rather than it being sort of a wash of sparkle.
Going over the top of my glitter there, it's spreading things. It's actually quite nice though if you go over the top of the black design line.
It softens it,
makes
doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it more subtle. Makes the scale more subtle. That looks quite nice.
I think I'm gonna play with adding a gradient of the colours. So put some pink down.
Oh, that's just what I'm starting
Feed
to do.
them in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great minds.
This looks nice. It does. I like that it softens the
I
black
was thinking that.
lines. Go for that one.
Oh, this pinking quite right. I hadn't finished with the grey.
Oh, sorry.
No, I put it down because I thought I had, but. And of course, like I said, lots of people use them in their colouring for actual things. Like here we've got little bits of jewels, so we could colour in the the gold earrings with a goldy colour pen, which brings another nice dimension to another part of the drawing.
I think the thing about gel pens is just they've got such a fine tip. You wouldn't really, oh man, you could colour a larger area, it would just take you a very long time.
Yeah.
So they're quite nice for adding detail.
Adding little details, like you're saying, like the jewellery and some little bits and bobs here.
Nice, yeah, so they're nice for sort of adding...
It's funny that we did similar things there. Yeah.
Adding detail to the scales, and you can kind of see if you compare this section of my design to this section on Jen's, it does soften the black lines. You still get that detail, but it's not quite so harsh. It incorporates the colours.
Not so much of a glitter, more of a lustre to the finish.
Still pretty though.
Very pretty.
And you could again use them in combination. So you could sort of take your glue pen and dot over some of them.
And add a bit of glitter as well.
And then add a glitter sheen over those few bits.
Because you can never have enough glitter, as we've discovered.
No, you really cannot once you start. You just cannot stop.
Oh, I've just smudged my gold necklace. But I was just going to say, something like that might be quite nice to add one of these bigger blobs.
So I'm going to go in with this Diamond Frost dusting powder. Yeah, this one's super fine. And got a bit of a holographic sheen to it.
Oh,
more of a dusting
cosmic shimmer,
powder.
yeah.
Tap a bit of that over.
Look across, there's just glitter.
Well, I haven't tapped it off yet. I need to wait to be able to tap it off.
Oh yeah, that's your diamond dust.
I've just
isn't it?
dusted it on you. So let's tap this off. Yeah, and that just adds, if we show you on close up, on the gel pen, you just get a nice extra sparkle as well as the...
Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it?
You get the detail from the gel pen and then that added touch of sparkle over the top.
Yeah, these things are so hard to show on camera, but that actually
I think
looks
it's
really
showing
effective.
up. I think
you can see the glitter, but that looks really pretty.
This diamond frost would look so good on fairy wings.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Really, really nice.
Perfect for that. It's really pretty.
I feel like if I was doing fairy design with this, I'd just be wanting to pour it all over.
Oh, wings.
Yeah.
So the last thing we've got to look at is the watercolour paint set of metallic range, which you can see there. Got lovely lustre to those.
With some lovely colours. Yeah.
In that, if you just apply this as like a wash over your whole colouring. Shoot.
Which one? I'm going to go into this rose gold colour. I'm sorry.
That just applies. Oh, that's, yeah, it's a real nice lustre that you get. Obviously that's silver, so it's greyed it down a bit.
Yeah, I think the thing with these is that they are...
You get a real lustre.
Yeah, these are a colouring medium again, so you are getting... It is putting colour down. It's not one for just adding a highlight on top of your colouring.
But in the same way with the gel pens, they're good for adding little bits of metallic. And perhaps we'll look at this another time. We'll look at doing metallics.
Yeah,
see what other, for gems and
like metals.
Yeah, a steampunk-ish,
Yeah.
a steampunk-ish would be a good one to look at that for.
Yes, it does. It can pack down quite opaque colour. If I
Yeah. Oh yeah.
pull it
yours
over,
has
I've done
come
a
up.
little saddle just to see. It's only one rough coat.
I think again this is one that needs to dry before you can see the effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like the marker ones.
Yeah, but you can see that it does pack down quite a lot of colour.
It does. And I guess as it dries you can build that up to get more opacity and more lustre.
Oh, and it looks pretty when you rinse your, when you rinse your brush.
I'm just going to leave that like that to dry. Once that dries off you can see the lovely,
You know, if you were doing it for, I think for a...
see that now?
Oh, yeah. You can kind of get the brush strokes through as well, which is
Yeah.
nice. You could use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
I think if you had a blue colour for this and you were doing a mermaid, that's
Yeah.
the key
Yeah.
word I was trying to think of there, a mermaid design, you could play with doing washes to make it look like
Yeah.
it was under the sea and really play, and
quite
then
good for
do
backgrounds and stuff like that.
different light, the streams of light coming in through the
Yeah.
water you could definitely do with this. I think that would look really lovely.
I might just do some bits
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
gonna
background.
try being a bit more abstract with it. Gonna go in with the silver.
Wow.
I was
Abstract.
No, I was trying to do the light stream, but then I've smudged everything. It's it's not the desired effect.
Who was it who did that lovely background effect and it was all kind of a bit splatty and colouring?
Elaine.
Elaine, that's
It was
it.
Elaine Hughes.
Yeah.
Elaine Hughes.
I like that effect.
Not quite.
Well remembered.
See, when you spread it out, it does end up looking more like streaks of light. I think with a blue in there as well.
Yeah. Looks a bit smudgy at the moment.
Sounding too convinced, Age, aren't you?
Interesting.
That's very interesting. It's a bit different.
well look.
It's art. I'm having fun.
We're experimenting here. Not everything's going to be a masterpiece, is it?
No.
I quite like. I'm going to have to look at Elaine's work and have another go at some kind
Yeah,
of
she really
backgrounds
did
like
the
that. I really
drips.
liked it. Yeah.
I wonder if she
I wonder if I just.
put water down first.
Yeah, maybe that helps. And also adding in another colour, a splodge of other colour or something.
We're gonna have a nicely decorated tablescape.
Oh my goodness, it's gone everywhere.
Proceed with caution when splashing colour
Yes.
everywhere.
So there we go. That's, you can have a nice play with those. Okay, so in review of these techniques.
I wouldn't say that my metallic painting was my most successful experiment,
No,
but
mine neither.
now we know.
I'm not a painter. It's somewhere I need
It is
to
a different
improve.
set of techniques and skills, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll-
looking back, we've got quite a few different effects here. I am a fan of the more subtle,
Yeah. I
like
think
this
so.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I like the lines. I was going to say that's my favourite
Yeah.
technique we've done.
And I think the, where is it, the Stickles, hiding here.
Nice.
I think these Stickles, oh, yeah, not dry yet. Once they're dry, I
Yes,
really like the
texture,
that adds.
Yes. And you could play with doing lots of dots.
Yeah.
Or you could do curved lines.
Yeah, I like the blobs of this for the scales.
It does add
that
texture
looks
nicely.
quite effective.
And you can see the texture more, whereas with the cosmic
Yeah, maybe
shimmer
that's just
paste,
because it's
you can't, because it's not got the colour to
clear.
it. you can't see the texture it adds so much.
Which is your favourite?
Oh, well, I ruined my favourite one. I quite like the detail you can add with the Quickie Glue pen, because you're able to add such small details. I think you can play around with that quite a lot. And I don't know, I just think it looks really effective. I don't think I've necessarily placed it in the best way, but with it being a first experiment, I think you could do some really cool things.
Yeah.
With this technique and add in the glitter, because also this stands out quite a lot more because of the colour of the glitter.
Yes.
If you were to choose more subtle colours like we've got here, I think.
Did we do one like that? We smudged them in.
Who knows? Amongst the mess of our glitter. Yeah, well, I used a more subtle glitter here, but it's just in a larger area, but as you can see, it adds less colour to it. But I think, yeah, that's my favourite one.
That was fun.
It was, yeah. Way more fun than I was expecting. Got really into the glitter. Don't forget, we post a new video every Friday at midday UK time that you won't want to miss. Stick around for the next episode of the Colouring Heaven show, hitting our channel at the beginning of May, where we will be taking on a fun mermaid-themed colouring challenge.
If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a like. It really helps us out. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos.
See you guys next time.
Bye!